The divorce rate for a first marriage is 41% in the US. In the mid-90s, the introduction of social networking sites, or MySpace, was created. And then in 2004 came the introduction of Facebook, and at this point, social networking boomed. Now, 1 out of every 5 divorces mention Facebook. Couples that you're using these sites have an increased rate within divorce than those not into expanding their social activity. And the result of these networks are the increasement of jealousy, the access to cheaters and old flames, and lastly, an easier way to document exactly what's been happening. So, about documentation. We all think that, well, I can throw away this piece of paper and no one will ever know. But if someone goes scrounging in the trash, they can find it. And it's kind of the same thing on the internet. While you may post it and remove it, there's a ghost file out there that some hackers and some very intelligent computer people can find. And Elizabeth Allen, a divorce lawyer, said that social networking has become much more of a scope for trouble because of the public element. It's got the potential to be more explosive. It's just like airing your dirty laundry. We've had divorces that have been due to friends reunited in the past, and that will be replaced by Facebook with the next generation. Now, most people have never have written a love letter to someone or writing it all down and sending it because they somehow think it's different, end quote. Really, it's not that much different than writing a letter. You can keep it, you can toss it, but it's always going to be there because you never know what your friends delete from their accounts or really who's looking at it. Then comes the element of old flames coming into the mix again, along with some new trickles of new exciting things. Because really, the internet puts cheaters at your fingertips. There are social networking sites that are dedicated to cheating spouses, that are dedicated to finding sex buddies. I mean, if you really want to know, it's right at your fingertips. And Facebook does this in a weird way. They reconnect your past to your present, including ex-girlfriends or ex-boyfriends. And Wilbur, a guy that I found, who said, I'm talking to 2 on a regular basis. Yeah, not a smart move, Wilbur. Girlfriends that you're with right now don't want you talking to them. And really, Facebook's a more intimate situation than just a run-in at a local grocery store or just running into them randomly at a restaurant. And also, the spouse doesn't have to look to treat. It's right there at your fingertips. Lastly comes this idea of jealousy, because you have the old flames, you can find the documentation on there, but one thing is, you don't have to list all your information. Whatever you put on your profile, you can edit, you can delete, you can make it so only certain people see it. It's really not a good idea to hide yourself. Because as for Patrick and Tammy, a couple that is going through divorce, Patrick left off some really important information. Like, he was married with children. Not a good idea to leave that off. Because there's a very thin line between innocent just saying, hey, how are you? Like in a store run-in, than saying, hey, how you doing? Because there is a difference, and some people just don't see it. Now, I came up with a little graph, thanks to a lovely website, about divorce rate by age for America. Now, this is the graph. I'm going to scoot it a little closer. And it shows the divorce rate by sex and by age. 20% of these divorces mention Facebook. So if you're in your 30s to 39 age, you're pretty much okay. But 20 to 24 has the highest rate for both men and women. And this is because 20 to 24-year-olds right now are the primary users of Facebook. So this probably will scooch on down a little bit more later in life. it'd be a little bit less. But still, we're using Facebook today. I admit it. I use it. But that's not the point. The point is that social networking has become a big problem in our society. While we love it, while it's great for keeping in contact with friends from all around the world, it causes a little bit of problems because couples are getting divorces at a very high rate. 1 out of every 5 will divorce because of social networking. And that's because people get jealous. People reunite with old flames, and yeah, that really shouldn't happen. Old flames should stay extinguished. And, of course, my favorite, the documentation's right at your fingertips. So you don't have to go searching for it anymore. There's no he said, she said. It's right there. Just like this graph is right in front of your face. Are there any questions?
Yes. Why did you choose this topic?
Well, I chose this topic because I've had sort of a personal experience. My sister and my brother-in-law went through some cheating issues because of a social networking site. So I decided to see if anybody else was affected by the same thing, and I found out that it was 20%, and it really got me interested.
And has this changed your use of Facebook?
No, not really. I mean, I have on there if I'm single or if I'm in a relationship, because I believe I have to say that, because I really don't like when other people hit on me if I'm in a relationship.
Okay. Interesting topic.
Thank you.